be replacing the CV axle on the passenger side of this Dodge Avenger. The reason for replacing, one of the boots is ripped open, and you can hear it going down the road. So we're going to be replacing it. So first, let's take the wheel off. I have to hammer that one on. There we go. All right, they came off nice and easy. Let's get the wheel off. All right. Okay. It's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the caliper off. You don't have to, I don't believe, but it just might make it easier. This is the axle nut we'll be dealing with, so I'll get my axle nut socket. Yeah, so let me just get everything set up. Alright, so got the caliper out of the way. Rotor taken off. Now we just have to lube up this axle nut here. Threads on the axle nut. Hopefully this thing comes off pretty easy. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, came off nice and easy. Nice and easy. Let's see if it. Oh, that's great. We just want to make sure that the axle moves in and out, and it does. It's not stuck, which is great news. Okay, so now the way I'm gonna do it is I'm going to disconnect the knuckle from the strut mount, just so I can move it out the way. But first I'm going to try to scribe, there's a lot of rust here, try to scribe where the bolts are and where the knuckle is in the strut, because this will affect the alignment if it's not set in the exact same position, and then you need to get an alignment. So let me try to scribe those and then try to loosen them up. Spray them up a little bit. That was much more than I was hoping. All right, hopefully they come off. So what I'm gonna do is I have a 21 millimeter wrench that I'm gonna put on the bolt side. And the reason I'm doing that, so these bolts are serrated, they shouldn't move, they shouldn't want to turn, but just to be safe, I'm gonna hold it down. And then I'm gonna get, I believe it's a 21, put it on there and we can bust them out. All right, so that came out nice and easy. Put the bolt down. Okay, so we got both bolts out. Now we just got to get, or both nuts out. Now we got to get both bolts out. I'm just gonna hit them, persuade them with a hammer. Still want to come out. There goes one. There it goes. All right, now we got both bottom and top out. I'm gonna put those together so I don't lose them. All right. So we're just about ready to get out the axle. As you can see, it's pushing. we can release the strut from the knuckle. Might have to persuade the axle to come all the way out. There we go, it's almost out. Almost got it. This wheel speed sensor is really holding it in. Well, not holding in, but making it a little bit more difficult to maneuver. It's just about out. On there, see if we can get it so that is at the very least being held up so it doesn't fall. Alright, so we got it, it's being held up. So let's go into the car and see if we can plop out the axle.
Oh, that comes
But before
out once it gets out. So let's see if we can... Yep, there it goes, and of course, it's going all over the driveway.
Alright, so a lot more transmission fluid came out than I was expecting. Wow, that's a lot. Oh. Okay, so quick update. It is not the axle I ordered, but I mean, the main difference is you can see there's a weight on the one end, on the inner part, and it looks like it's longer, but it actually isn't, just because the new one is not stretched out. The old one is kind of pulled out a little bit. So we're gonna try to install it, see if it fits. All right, so try to put the new axle in.
So the new axle does have transmission fluid on the splines, and I'm putting the C-clip towards the 6 o'clock position, the bottom, in hopes that it goes in easier. Bungee cord.
All right, so new axle is in. Now we just gotta spline it into the wheel, the bearing, get everything back together. And hopefully everything will fit. All right, before I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize on the splines, just so that it's easier to get out next time. So, getting it in was a little bit more difficult, but it wasn't terrible. I'm gonna get this wheel speed sensor over here. Get this all up again. All right, it is in, looking good. It's in. I'm gonna remember to use the old washer, but a new nut. You need to have a new nut on this. They are one-time use. So I'm just gonna get it started on the axle, the end of the axle. Not gonna tighten all the way down, of course, until everything is in place. So I'm gonna get everything reassembled here. Alright, so everything else is just the opposite of taking it out. It's putting it right back in, putting everything back in. Again, I scribed the where the knuckle and the strut meet, so hopefully, and that's only for the bottom bolt. The top bolt does not, it's just holding it in. Bottom bolt holds it in, but also adjusts the alignment. So let me get the top one in first to hold it. All right, so I'm getting the bottom bolt now. I lined it up with my scribing mark. All right, let's see if I can get this in. Probably need to hammer it in. There we go. Put the bolt on. Get the bolt tightened up. You got a hammer just to hit it in, because it is sticking out. All right, so we have the strut mounted up. It should be aligned pretty well. I lined it up with my scribe, so it should be good. It should be okay. Might just go back and do it again just to be safe. Line it up again. Take this off. Alright, so that is good. It's all back in. Check the transmission again. Here's the old axle. Reason for replacement, right here. The gouge is open. There's still grease in there, but was getting noisy. So that's why we replaced the old axle. Okay, so we're just torquing down the bolts that hold the strut and the knuckle together. Torquing them back down. Okay, make sure that is good. All right, good. It's in. It's nice and tight. So, all right, baby. This way the pry bar holds it while we tighten it down. Now the axle will move while we tighten it. Right, so that is tightened down. So axle is in. It does fit. Okay, spins nicely. It's held in. All right, so just get big. Now we just have to put everything back together.